Hey, everybody. It's Dee Dee, and I'm here for Friday Reads Live. This is where we talk about what we're reading today, Friday, this weekend, and sometimes in the following week. How y'all doing? I see we have Michelle in the chat. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. I see we have Shannon. Hello. How are you? We also have Amalola. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. And we also have Trixie. Happy Friday and Happy New Year to you too. So, what am I reading? I'm still reading We Refuse, and I'm enjoying this very much. Reading this with Patrice. We're both having a good time with that. And I'm still reading this, which is Palace Walk. I'm enjoying this one as well. I'm reading this with Nicole from Noteworthy Fiction. Very, very good books. So I'm happy with how my beginning of the month reading is going. Although I have received new books, and that's kind of weird because the publishers are like out here send me these books when they were supposed to send me these books last year. So we're gonna try to fit in when we can. So hello, Latrice. How are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Oh, thanks, Tracy. Hey, how are you, Alicia? Happy Friday. How are you? What are you reading? So, what y'all reading? How are you reading go? How was your first full week of 2026 going? Crazy, some things that are going on right now, but I'm trying to make abstraction of it all. I'm trying to mind my business, drink my water, and read my books. That's what I'm trying to do. Um, let's see what y'all are reading. I'll wait till you guys type what you're reading. Um, yeah, I finished two books. So one was a 4 star, and the other was no, one was three and a half star, and the other one was a 2 star. So you know, I think these are going to be 4 and 5 star though the way they're going. So I'm not going to complain. Let's see, Tracy said, "Listen, got to keep our heads in the books, because stuff is crazy, girl. It's stuff crazy. I don't even know if crazy is the right word. Hey, Yell, happy Friday. How are you? What are you reading? Sharon said, I am reading Anne Peach. Very good. Street loving it. And Alicia said she's reading, oh, Loving Donovan. Ooh, child, get your mind right. Loving Donovan by Bernice. I read that years ago, and it's just like, girl, get your mind right. Um, well, I want to see what your reaction is though when you're all finished with that one. Loving Diamond. Mm. So, what's everybody else reading? Are people reading pretty much the same things they're reading last week? Because I think some reading kind of long books. So I wouldn't be surprised if people haven't necessarily changed from what they were reading last week. But it seemed like the week went really fast. Is that just me or am I tripping? But I felt like I was just at Sunday, and now we're all the way at Friday. It's crazy. I feel like the time seems to be moving just a bit quicker than what I'm actually perceiving. I'm a little bit reading Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. Stranger Faces by Nawali Bell, Penguin book of Japanese short stories, all month long. And my dad and I are enjoying. Oh, yay! Year of Wonder. So I'm doing this one, another Year of Wonder, and I'm enjoying it so much as well. So when you finish that one with your dad, you can do this one next year, Amalola. So, um, yeah, that's really good. What is Betty like by Tiffany McDaniel? Why do I recognize this book? I don't recognize it. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up. Betty. Um, oh, here it is. Let's see. Betty by Tiffany Mc. Oh, the cover is very cool though. Um, set in the so it's a stunning lyrical novel set in the rolling foothills of the Appalachians, in which a young girl discovers stark truth that will haunt her for the rest of her life. A girl comes of age against the knife. Ooh, child. So begins the story of Betty Carpenter, born in a bathtub in 1954 to a Cherokee father and white mother. Betty is the sixth of eight siblings. The world they inhabit is one of poverty and violence, both from outside the family and also devastatingly from within. The lush landscape, rich, blah blah. Whoo, child, that's all like you got to get your mind right for that one. Let me see if I can show you that. That's what the cover looks like. Betty. That's one of the books that Amalala is reading. Betty. I like the cover though. Yeah, that sounds intense though. That's giving me, you know what it's giving me? Bastard Out of Carolina vibes. I don't know if y'all know that book, but it's kind of sounding like a similar vein of Bastard Out of Carolina. I don't remember the author who wrote it, but I remember tons of people on BookTube talking about Bastard of Carolina. It's giving those vibes. Um, yeah. All right, let's see. Oh wait, I missed so many comments. Um, okay, DL said she just finished Wizard of Lies on Bernie Madoff. Okay, book number one in the 12 Lives Challenge. Okay, very nice. I'm going to start The Wilderness, okay, by Angela Flournoy. Okay, very nice. Nice. Amala said, I finished 6-4 by Hideo Yokoyama and Tokyo Express by Seio Matsumoto, both 3 stars. Okay, well, yeah, well, I mean, they're good, but they're not great. Right. It's worse. Alicia says, I have read Love Donovan before. I love Bernice's writing in the book, but I am ready to fight all the men. I know, right? Such the thing. That book made me want to fight plenty of people, and the ending just broke me. I was angry after reading that book. So angry. So I totally coming. Amalua said Betty is for book club and is giving educated vibes. Right? Yeah, it gives that vibe as well. Educated, but also Bastard of Carolina. I think Bastard of Carolina is not the same area, but it's the same, yeah, white poverty, difficulty. Yeah, it's giving similar vibes. Um, let's see. Okay, Tracy says, I finished with Love from Home, a novel of Hazel Scott by Rashonda Tate. It inspired me to reread the biography about Hazel Scott by Karen Chilton. Okay, that I read a few years back. Oh, that's very nice. That's a good thing. Hello, Curtis. Welcome. Happy Friday. What are you reading? DL says, I have a couple of Bernice McFadden Geneva Holiday books I got arcs of a while back. I need to get those off my back. Yeah. I still haven't read any for Geneva Holiday ones, but I think I have what is it called? Fever, and I can't remember what the other one is called. Fever and something else. I have 2 or 3 of them, but I haven't read them yet. So that might be something to read when I need something a bit longer. Um, Amala said Betty is actually shaping up to be quite good. I didn't really like Educated. I have a different cover. I didn't like that one. Oh, you didn't like this one? This one is very good because what I like about it is, it's that they've done cut out of paper, and gives like a joyful kind of look, but it also gives like like a paste and cut kid kind of look as well. And you don't really know what it's about by looking at the cover. So I think that's interesting. Um, let's see. Tracy said also reading Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie for book club. I know. Rest in peace, Chimamanda's little son. Oh my goodness, it was terrible hearing that. Um, yeah, Americana. Ooh, that would make a good reread. I haven't read that since it came out. I might need to think about rereading that at some point. Not this year, but at some point. um, see, Michelle said, finish when the street lights come on by Ashley Antoinette and finished and enjoyed it. Currently reading Broken Clocks by Daniel Adams. Both are romance books. Okay, Broken Clocks. Wow. That sounds like it's going to be intense with that title. Curtis said he's still reading Hours. I don't doubt because that's a long one. By Philip B. Williams, Margaret Walker, which is another along your side, and Frederick Prophet of Freedom by David W. Blythe. Oh, you got some bricks on deck, but enjoy. Enjoy, 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 enjoy. Enjoy. Amelos is left out loud. I just got back. I'm carrying the half price book sale. Ha! Well, it's giving me those vibes. I didn't read the book, but from what people were describing, it's giving that you describe that you're reading right now. So, if you like that, then you probably don't like Bastard out of Carolina as well, because it got excellent reviews when people were talking about it. Amalo said to Tracy, that hurt me for her so bad. Yeah, for Chimamanda's little boy. Yeah, this is terrible. Amalo said, loving do not want to look at a man ever again. Yeah, that too. Make you want to fight. It makes you really mad at men and toxic masculinity and all the rest of it. Michelle said I received a boat load of approved net gallery requests. So I'm excited to get into some of my anticipated 2026 reads. So what are some of your anticipated 2026 reads? Put them down there so we can partake in what with your hope to get to. DL said, yep, Fever and Groove. Yeah, that's right. Fever and Groove were re-released as Bernice McFadden books. Which one is first? Is it Fever and Groove or Groove and Fever? Which one is first? I don't know. Amelia said, oh, Didi also picked Black History for Everyday. Yay! That book is fire. So good. DL said, Broken Clocks is not a romance. It is a love story. Oh, okay. We've been through this. Yeah, I know we've been through this about the difference between a romance and a love story. You might put some little guidelines for people that don't know the difference between the two, because some people would say that they're the same, but I know they're not the same. DL said lip zipped, but you got to be ready for Broken Clocks. Yeah, well, the title alone to me, that's giving me something wrong with somebody, or something's gonna be wrong with somebody. It's giving me happy. Let's just put it that way. Amalua said to DL, what is the difference? Because I said this to someone about something else, but couldn't articulate it. And then Amalua said, oh, I wasn't here for that discussion. So I was thinking it was another book that people were fighting over whether it would be considered a romance or a love story. There's I don't know this book, but it's called Whiskey and Ribbons, and it's by I don't remember what that lady's name is. A Black American writer. She wrote Whiskey and Ribbons years ago, like 20, I want to say 2015 or something like that. I think that story, Whiskey and Ribbons, would be considered a love story, if I'm not mistaken. DL said, let me see, a romance has two rules: central love story and a satisfying ending. I don't want to spoil that book, but it isn't a romance. Danielle has not been good about being clear with readers. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So, are you telling me that they are marketing her book as if it's a romance when it's not? Is that what's happening? That's interesting. Um, yeah. Tracy said, then fever. Okay, now that's good to know. DL, it's a beautiful story about love. Okay. Melissa says, I get that. Yes, it's Lisa Cross Smith. And I think Women Ribbons fall into a romance, not a love story, not a romance. I don't think it has a satisfying ending. And I think it's more about the, the stuff that is making it so this romance can happen. I think it's kind of like the thing. It's not romancy. It's love story like. So I'm waiting for Michelle to give me her 26 books that she wants to read because wait, let me see if I have my other one here. Did anyone read this one? Let Us March On, because this is one that it was Harper Collins sent it to me. They were supposed to send it to me last year, and it wound up coming this year. And I don't think I remember seeing anybody but Latrice put this book on their timeline. And I feel like they failed this the promotion of this book. So if you don't know what this one is about, it's about Lizzie McDuffie, who was a maid of the Roosevelts, and then she became the starter of the civil rights movement. And that's what this one's about. And Latrice told me that this marries very well with I think it's called, what is it? The I can't remember what the name of the book is called. Wait, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. My memory off. Um, she told me it marries very well with the First Ladies. This, if you read the First Ladies, you should read Let Us March On. So I noted that down. And then Latrice told me about another one, which the Unexpected Diva. Is that what it is? Yeah, the Unexpected Diva, which is about a black opera singer. Which I know I'm not buying it, but I'm going to listen to it on Everand when I get a chance. Um, so Latrice is out here trying to stoke me to get some new books. I see you, Latrice. um, let's see. Okay, so DL said, well, readers don't really understand the thin lines. So they say romance because it's a story about love, and most of her catalog is romance. Okay, so, but at the same time, it sounds like they're straddling the line by not actually saying what it is what it sounds like from what you're saying. Okay, so Yes for Love said, just joining, I'm reading The Conjuring of America, Mojo's Mermaids, Medicine, and 400 Years of Black Women's Magic by Lindsay Stewart. Okay, very interesting. Hello, Billy. Happy New Year. Happy Friday. What are you reading? Oh, D's in the house. Happy New Year, D. How are you? What are you reading? Yes, Latrice. I'm calling that for trying to get me to buy some new books, girl. You tried it, but it didn't work because Everand is coming through with the audio. Okay, so I can just do the audio. Very good. This girl you're trying to get me to buy a new damn book. What the heck? Um, Amalola said my anxiety is so high. I want to buy some books, but I'm just going to drink copious amounts of tea. Good idea. If your anxiety is that high, drink yourself some hibiscus tea. That'll calm you down. Dee said she's reading Fire, Sword, Sea, and Wild Faith, How the Christian Right is Taken Over. Girl, you good, because it couldn't be me. I'm so sick to death of hearing about all that, but I know it's probably a really good one. Oh, and are you doing BookTube Prize this year or not? Kay said, "Hey Kay, just got in the car. Okay, we'll be listening. Okay, be careful now. Don't get in no accident. Mm, because yeah, I don't think I've seen very much about the BookTube Prize, but I'm sure he's getting judges together and stuff. But I haven't seen very many posts. So wait, let me. Okay, Billy said this week I'm reading The Wilderness. Okay, another person reading The Wilderness by Angela Flournoy, and The Black Family Who Built America by Cheryl McKissack. Okay, that's an interesting one as well. The Black Family Who Built America. Oh, I might have to look at that one. Amalo said, I might sneak Zobo Sorrel this weekend. Great idea. Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking hibiscus tea. Um, I like drinking hibiscus tea as I get closer, into the evening. It's because there's no caffeine or tea in it. Um, yeah, that one is interesting. The Black Family Who Built America, Cheryl McKissack. I might have to look for that one. That one sounds interesting. Okay, so D said, not sure if I'm doing book two process here. Hopefully, Centware for Fiction reaches out to me again this year for their first novel and Immersion Writers Fellow. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, that would be really cool. Um, so what are y'all up to for 20? Like, are there any 2026 novels that you're really looking forward to? I can tell you, I'm looking forward to King. I'm looking forward to Grace by Chika Inigwe. I'm looking forward to Sadiqa Johnson's new book. And oh my God, there was another one, but I have not written it down that I'm looking forward to. I can't think of what it is. The other one. There's another one. I have to about it. Another one I'm interested in. What's the name of the fam? Oh, you're asking Billy. Amalo's asking Billy about the book that she's reading. She wants to know the name of the family. That is in The Black Family Who Built America. Um, yeah, those are the ones that I think I'm most interested in for the moment, but I'm sure there are going to be other ones. I feel like 2026, a lot is going to be coming out. Okay, Billy, it's the McKissack family. So it's a McKissack that's writing the book, and it's her family. Okay, very the McKissack family. Um, I know there are other books, but I'm just not able to really think about the title names at the moment. Besides Ken, Grace, Um, Sadiqa Johnson's new book. And what is the other? There's a couple coming out later on in the year. Yeah, it's going to take time, but I'm not really building a 2026 list. But those are some of the ones that I already pre-ordered. So I don't have to worry about you know trying to purchase a book. I purchased it, so I'm not going back on not purchasing books. Um, Billy says they built a lot of churches in the South. Okay, now I did not know that. Housing and college campuses, specifically HBCUs. I did not know that. That sounds like a really good book. Wait. Uh, Billy said they built train building and hangars for the Tuskegee Airmen. Wow, that's really cool. Um, Michelle says some books I'm looking forward to this year. Honey, yeah, I think that one might be good too. Honey by Maya Thompson, Our Sister's Keeper by Jasmine Holmes, The Great Wherever by Shannon Sanders, The Art of Loving You by Natasha Bishop. I did see something about The Great Wherever, but I'm not sure what that one is. Alicia said she's looking forward to Deshaun Winslow's book. Me too. And she said she thinks it's coming out in summer. And I did hear an echo that it's another crime kind of story. So I'm really looking forward to that too. So I guess it might be that same town that he dealt with in his last novel. What's it called? Good People, something like that. Billy says a lot of buildings are in Nashville. They're home base that are still standing. Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. Billy said, I plan to take photos and post them. That would be great. That would definitely get people to read the book. Or, when you make the correlation between the real place and the book, that you can't do better, publicity for the book than that. That really helps. Tracy said, I don't need to purchase any books either, but I'm getting one anyway. Well, it's gonna happen. I have not planned on buying anything, but I did do some pre-ordering. I ain't gonna lie. Um, Amalola said to Alicia, I like Deshaun's books. Yeah, I love them. They're really decent people. That's what it was. I think it's gonna be the same town as Decent People. And the same as his first one as well. Because his first one, it's the same town. It's just different people. There is a crossover of one character. The character of Not is in both books, but her character has a very minimal role in Decent People, but she's there. Michelle said Johnson 4 by Christina Hammond. I have heard about that one. Read The Confessions of First Friend by Disha Filia. Okay. I did not know that Disha was coming out with something. The Fervent Whites by Deshaun Charles Winslow. Okay, that's what it's called. The Fervent Whites. Ooh, that sounds good. All right. I might have to buy that one. Damn. I gotta read some books before that shows up. Tracy says the Black family that built America is definitely on my list for later this year. That's definitely going to be on my list. It looks really good. Curtis said to Alicia, it is funny you mentioned Deshaun Winslow as I will be reading Decent People this year. I like his writing. Yeah, you're going to love that book, Curtis. It's really, really good. Let's see. Tracy says to Michelle, I'm looking forward to those as well. Michelle says the book of Chuck by Latoya Watkins. Yeah, now Latrice talks about Latoya Watkins quite a bit. She talked about her first book. I think I might have her first book. So I think her second book might be just as good. But I feel like her first book fell between the cracks because not enough people read it about it. And there's another one which is Gallon by Walter Mosley, which somebody brought up last week. I remember. Yeah, you got a hefty list of good books. I think are going to be good books. So we'll just have to wait and see. As they come out and as people read them, what they think about them. Billy said you will enjoy it, Tracy, meaning the nonfiction you're talking about. Um, yeah, it seems like 2026 is going to have a lot of good books by Black authors coming out, and that's a good sign. Because I feel like I read somewhere or I heard somewhere that they're starting to publish even less books by Black authors. So, yeah. Wait, let's see. Off. Yeah, Latrice says, I love Latoya Watkins. Y'all need to get the Holler Child. So get to Holler Child and then you can pick up her next one, which is coming out this year. Mm. Tracy said, yes, Bishop Filia's debut novel since The Secret Lives of Church Ladies is short stories. Yeah. I didn't realize she had something coming out because, yeah, it's been pretty quiet on Disha. But I love The Secret Lives of Church Lady. That was done really, really well. Hey Birdie, how are you? Happy Friday. You're late, but you've made it. That's all I let's see, Bird's reading a literary fiction called Just Add Happiness. Okay. Tracy said, I'm sure I will, meaning that you're gonna enjoy the book. Michelle said Latoya watched that pen. I loved her first book, Perish, and her short story collection, Holler Child. Okay, so her first book was Perish. What was that about? Let me check that out. Perish. Maybe I could get it on Everand. Perish. Um, let's see. Mm. So this is what it's like. It's a very menacing tree with a lot of roots coming out everywhere. Let's see. It says da 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 da. Da. Okay, wait, where do I start? Parish is a debut about a Black Texan family exploring the effects of inherited trauma and intergenerational violence as the family comes together to say goodbye to their matriarch on her deathbed. There you have it. Parish. So that sounds really good. Is it, wait, let's see, is it short? Okay, it's a little bit longer. 336 pages, but it's not hella long. It's like a normal size book. Um, and Parish is coming out in August, 23rd of August. So, wait, let's see. Terry said, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Billy said she has Parish but hasn't read it yet. Hello, how are you? T, that's me. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. Michelle said, "You got to get your mind right." Yeah, whew. I thought so. I mean, look at that ministry cover. I mean, come on now. That's giving. Get your mind right. That can't be nothing happy going on right there. But it sounds like it's a good premise of the book. So I will definitely put that on my list. But I gotta see if it's on Everand because if it's not on Everand, it ain't happening. Hmm. Let me see. Parish. Maybe. Is it on Everand? Is it on Everand? Mm, no, it is not on Everand. Damn. Oh well, it ain't happening. It's not gonna happen. At least not this year. Um, Birdie said a lot of my pre-order is the dates are being changed of when they're actually going to get released. Yeah, that happens quite a lot, especially if the books that you pre-ordered are a part of a series. For some reason, when they do their pre-order stuff, oh, something always goes down with the date being changed, something like that. Um, Latrice said, "Oh yes, get your mind." Yeah, your library head. I was on everything though, so that's all right. I've got Holla Child. I'm gonna read that, and I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. I'm not buying the books. That's the whole point. I'm gonna go look on my shelves, find out what I got over there, but that doesn't mean I can't window shop. When I'm talking about what's coming out in 2026, that's me window shopping. You see, I ain't buying nothing. I'm just looking. Michelle said, I'm also looking forward to Grace. Yeah, I said that one. Grace by Chicken Yigwe. She's one of my favorite writers. And Half Lives by Christy Zara. I don't know this writer. Christy Zara Apia, but I'm sure when the release dates are. Well, Chicken Yigwe, the release date I think is the 20 something of January, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, I think because I pre-ordered that one last year, and I think it's slotted for the 21st of January, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Race. Half Lives. I don't think I've heard of that one before. I've never heard of this writer before. Crystal Zop. I don't think I've heard of this writer before. Latrice says, yeah, stick to that. You have plenty. You know me. I mean, my book's already side eye ass. So, they don't need to side eye me any worse. Michelle said, Christy Zara Apia wrote this. Oh, yeah, that's the one everybody was talking about. The woman who was having a lot of difficulty, whatever. I remember that a lot of people, they either hated that book or loved it. Rootless. I wasn't in it, but I just remember a lot of people having very strong opinions about Rootless. So I feel like if this was her debut, she did really well because I think books that give strong reactions out of readers, I think that's a book that people can get behind. Whether they really liked what the characters were doing or not, you can still get behind it because it gets strong reactions out of the readers. So I feel like that's a good thing. T that's me says she's reading the one who didn't say they love you. Oh, by Maurice Ruffin. Maurice Ruffin. His short story collection. Okay, now it's interesting you mentioned that one because I remember listening to the podcast that Disha Filial was doing with oh my god, I don't remember what her name is. The one that wrote Opal and Nev. I don't remember what her name is. The both of them have a podcast together. And one time I was listening to the podcast, and they talked about Maurice Ruffin's short story collection, and they had some actors that had done sort of like a reenactment of one of the short stories in the book. My God, it was good. It was a really good short story. So I was thinking, yeah, one day I'll definitely have to remember to get that one in the short story collection. That one story was excellent. It was excellent. Because Ruffin, the only other thing I read by Ruffin was his first one. I think it was called "Is it We Cast a Shadow." I did not like that book very much. It was just like, I'm not really sure what he was doing with that one, so I didn't really care for it too much. But he said I didn't know they both had a podcast. Yeah, it one together, and it was called. Let me see if I can remember the name of it though. What was the podcast called? Let me see if I can find it. I like listening to their podcast. What was that podcast called? I don't even know if I still have it backed up here. Mm, okay, why can't I find it in here? Um, what was that podcast called? It had a really particular name, and they would invite other writers on to talk about their books with them. Like one time they had on there Bernice. Another time they had, I think they had on there uh, Kiesy Lehman was on there. Ursa, that's it, Ursa. I don't know why it's not backed up in my podcast thing, but Ursa, that was what the podcast name was. And it was really good, that podcast, because they often had this moment where they would either have someone reading of a section of the book, or they would, it would be something that was already like professionally recorded or something. And I think the one that they read that was from Ruffin's short story collection was something that had already been recorded. That was like an audiobook or something. But my God, it was good. It was a really good short story. It's one of the short stories that has the gotcha, at all the right moments and stuff. It was really good, really good. Yeah, Ursa short fiction. That's it. Kind of has, I think, some kind of green emblem or something they have on it. Let me see if I can. I think it was green. Hmm. There, Ursa short story. That's the podcast. That's what we should talk about is podcast, literary podcast. Yeah, Donnie Walton. That's it. Um, listen to literary podcasts. I mean, I don't listen to a lot of them, but I listened to a few of them. This is one of the ones I was listening to when I was listening to podcasts. And then I don't know, there was I started listening to other kind of podcasts. But if you do listen to literary podcasts, pop it in the box which one to listen to. And there's another one I listened to was um oh my god, let me see if I can find it in here. Mm, no, that's not it. Um no, that's not it either. Okay, there is one which is okay. I do listen to the New Yorker. Sometimes the writer's voice. I listen to that sometimes, which is this one. And then there was another one I listened to. Um, I want to say I think it's like the DC World or something like that, which is really good because they usually have one author on there, and they talk author about either a specific book or a group of books that they do. And I listened to that one, and it's really good. Um, Wait, let's see. I think there might be one more in here that I listened to. Let me see. Oh, thanks. It's great that you listened to Christian. That's very nice of you. Um, Birdie said, I really enjoyed the TBR lowdown. Yes, I listened to lowdown as well. They're not doing new episodes yet, but there's a bunch of older. Yeah, they have an excellent podcast. I enjoy listening to Naomi and what's the other girl's name? Naomi and I don't know what the other girl's name is. But I like listening to their podcast because they talk about a lot of different things. They'll talk about bookish kind of topics. They talk about specific books. They do like a group read and they talk about book podcast. They also talk about translated fiction, talk world fiction as well. It's a really overall great podcast to listen to. They read very widely and they read a ton of stuff. A ton that they read. Let's see. Alicia said Disha and Kiese have a podcast. Okay, now I did not know that. Reckon True Stories is the name. Okay, all right. Reckon True Stories. I did not know that Disha and Kiese had a podcast. Well, damn. Let's see. Reckon True Stories. Okay. All right. I'll keep that in mind. Um, T, that's me, said I will recommend it not highly his collection. I'm not sure who you're talking about. Let me see. Um, Alyssa, that's it. Alyssa and Naomi. Yeah, she's nerdy. Is her channel, her YouTube channel, Alyssa's YouTube channel is like I think it's like the Nerdy Nurse or something like that. I watch her videos. They're really good. Naomi doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she's on she's on IG and she's on all those other kind of platforms like that. Dee said I listen to African American Studies podcast. Okay, now I do not do that. Um okay, good to know. DL said I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm driving, but I keep a spreadsheet in my LinkedIn bio on my website. Okay, I'm gonna go look at that then. That's cool. Hey, Terry said I like the Book Riot genre podcast. Yeah, I used to listen years ago when they first started. I don't listen to them anymore though. Kay the reader said I only no, the only one I listen to is DL. Okay. T that's me says Maurice Ruffin, I'm only chapter 5. Don't say it like that. I'm only on chapter 5. You make it sound like it's nothing. I'm only on chapter 5. It's like, no, you're fine. On chapter 5, so you're at the beginning, we'll enjoy it, enjoy the read. All right, y'all. So I gotta get out because I have to go to my Italian class in 5 minutes. So I'm going to love y'all and leave y'all until next Friday. when we go talk about what we're reading again. So if everybody came in and didn't know what I was reading, I'm still reading Palace Walk. I'm halfway through, and I am reading We Refuse, and I'm like a quarter. So that's what I'm reading. Have a happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.